So I just realized that an entire new generation's going to grow up with the How to Train Your Dragon franchise, and it's actually not a bad thing at all. Let me explain. So a lot of us, like myself, we grew up with the animated trilogy. We saw the first one as kids, and then of course we saw the third movie back in 2019 when we were teenagers. So we grew up with this masterpiece of a trilogy, and it's truly just a fun time, and we love these characters and very nostalgic. But nostalgia isn't the only reason why we love this trilogy. We love this trilogy is because, of course, nostalgia does play some factor in these movies, but we also grew up with these characters. We love these characters. We grew up with Toothless, Astrid, and Hiccup. We sympathized with Hiccup. We saw him, from the first movie just being a scrawny kid, this, shy and just wants to prove himself on what it means to be a Viking. Of course, we have Astrid and Toothless just going on their journeys as well. We all love these three. Part of the reason why this animated trilogy is always so hold dear to our hearts is because we could honestly say that we were a part of their journeys as well. Heck, we grew up with this trilogy. We were practically, following their journey. We were a part of it. And that's what makes this animated trilogy such a masterpiece. Now, a younger generation is going to experience the same thing, except it's going to be live action, which is not a bad thing at all. So far, I think they did an amazing job with this live action remake. They didn't change the story at all. It still had that emotional feeling that the first animated movie gave us. So now we're going to see these younger generation of kids grow up with the How to Train Your Dragon franchise. We're going to see them sympathize with Hiccup, Astrid, Toothless, but they're just seeing it with live action, and like I said, not a bad thing at all. Of course, the animated trilogy is always going to not be topped. It's going to be the better movies, I understand that. But just the fact that this younger generation is going to truly witness a masterpiece of a franchise is amazing. We're going to do the same thing as us. Grow up with these characters, follow their journeys, be in their journeys. And I feel like that's something I love to see. I went to my early screening yesterday. I saw a lot of kids there. And that just made me smile because I remember watching the animated trilogy as a kid, loving it. And now I'm at the theater literally seeing kids just be amazed on how good this movie is. I saw them just look so amazed. They were like, wow, that actually looks really cool. It just made me smile. And just the fact that this is a new generation that's going to grow up with this is amazing. And we know they're going to grow up with this franchise because a sequel for the live action one was just confirmed. And we all know a third one's going to happen, let's face it, which is, like I said, a good thing. The younger generation's going to see more of Toothless, Hiccup, Astrid, and their journeys. And personally, I love to see it. It reminds me of my childhood on how I grew up with these three movies. And now it's happening again. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.